Hey everyone, SMP here. Today we have logged onto the PI SMP server to show you guys the devastating damage caused by the war. So if you don't know too much about the war from the small montage I just set up at the start, basically Long Clan, which is my people, my team, you know, that banner, we used to have, my base used to be that dirt hut over there, the ranch, as I called it. Well, I said long ranch. And as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. And you see that leaf? That trunk. That's all that remains of 3 giant trees that I had there. I was planning to build a tree house there, but then when Oskuk joined the server, I killed him. And then I offered to give him his stuff back plus some diamonds, which was a great deal for him. And he turned it down before stealing my stuff. Don't worry about that. I'll talk about it later. As this sign was the very start of the war, after he returned my stuff. But as you can see here, these trees, I really was excited to build like a treehouse pod type thing. So after he stole my stuff, I said, okay, please just don't do anything else while I'm offline. And then I come back the next day and he's burned down my trees. So the problem was there were a few other people in the area that were also living here, and he assumed it was mine and that I built it, so he destroyed that too, which has made many other people angry. That's why I had allies for this war. Now, with the whole war scenario, there was a portal over there. It's been cut off and destroyed. But he fled and he rarely returned to this dirt hut except once in the whole war. Most of the fighting happened over there where you can see that big tower. But I'm walking over now to show you as he claimed, his fortress. Now, unlike Fort Long there, which is a complete ruin now, and then over there behind the mountain is a brand new fort. This is more of a awful mess. Let's just say it might as well just be a bad looking bucket. So it's a bit through this forest. And over here we have one of the camps built by my team. It was called Camp Bumblebee because of the beehive there. And that lava cast was the final hiding place of a jukebox and music disc, which I was placing there when Oscar was over here and he was blown up by a creeper. I hear the explosion and I in like a hurry, I drop down from here and take some fall damage, putting me into a disadvantage despite having netherite gear. He then approaches me in full enchanted diamond before attacking. I fight back, but I fail to succeed and he manages to kill me. And then, after that, I went and got more gear, and I was walking along a road way over there when he came out of nowhere to attack. Unexpecting, he managed to get the first few blows on me, which really damaged me. And then he succeeded at taking me out, getting a lot of netherite gear. After that, I've been basically shut down to nothing. And he has a secret stash somewhere, or is keeping extra supplies. Now you're probably wondering how this war all started and ended. It started from him stealing and griefing, but the way it ended was that we eventually, after many deaths and both sides losing a lot of valuables, we made an agreement. He would return his stuff, to me, and we would be at peace. Now, the problem with this is that even though he is returning my valuables, we still lost many stuff. And as you can see here, this is his fort. It's just a lava cast. And yeah. Now I'm going to walk around and explain a bit of how I discovered these parts of the war that I didn't know about, what the history behind it is, and then what they're going to be used for today. So, this fort, as Oscar claimed, is those? No, I was going to say, are they floating? This fort is just a lava cast mess with nothing on the inside, and it will probably not be used, most likely forgotten. As for Camp Bumblebee over here, there may be a different story, as many of the, my only ally has been camping out there recently, recovering from the war. As for Fort Longlong, or Fort Monaco, as Oscar could call it, when he attempted to claim it multiple times, that's got a big lava cast in being made in the process there, and will probably just end up as a crater. And then finally, we're going to talk about some of the history of Bumblebee Camp, as I like to call it, and Fort Longlong, and then finally Fort Oni, which was made towards the very end of the war and hasn't had much damage done to it. So here at the Bumblebee Camp, there wasn't much. There was just the head of commands, which is this room here, and we were planned to have a peace summit here. So that's why there are these chairs, but as we sat down, I offered peace, and Oscar in his full iron, while me and my ally were diamond gear, said that he never wanted peace, and he only decided he would like peace after taking all of our stuff. So this place served little purpose. It was though the final hiding place of the jukebox and music disc. Oh god, he renamed it. Liar. Hold up. So sorry. Camp. So as you can see, both sides of the war came back here, and one side even just made a bit of an annoying move trying to rename it, especially when they didn't get offered to claim it. As for Fort Longlong over here, that has a much bigger history. It was built before anyone had even taken damage in the... Ooh, spider dropping. Anyways, stop getting sidetracked. Yeah, so Fort Long over here, which is now a lava cast mess, is basically has survived many assaults from both sides. But this assault with the lava casting was my doing. I decided to burn it down because Oscar was using it as a base, seeing as we'd abandoned it. And I did not like that. So now it's all ruins. And we'll talk about some of the history behind the walls of the building, which are, some of it's very ancient, some of it's been there since day one. So these slabs here have a very important message to say. They were used as, if we can make this jump, oh no, never mind. If you come up here, you can see that they were on the edge of the wall, so you could patrol along and shoot the enemy, while still being able to crouch and be safe from enemy fire. This outer wooden wall is actually fake. It was not part of the original wall. The original wall, as you can see, went along this way, like so. This here, with the gold and granite, was actually done after the walls were breached, being only 1 block thick. So in an attempt to make them stronger, we gathered whatever blocks we could to make it as thick as possible. And that's why there's like gold and wood and random junk. This ladder's new. Anyways, up there where the lava caster was created was once the watchtower, which you would have seen in the montage. That was used as a lookout post, but most of the time ended up serving as a dueling arena. So yeah. A bit of a croaky throat. It's now just a pile of lava, nothing cool about it. Then if we go down here, closer to the lava than I would like, is this sign is where the jukebox and disc was. It was right here, which is, if you go up, underneath the walls. So yeah, if you could see all these torches in the plains, they were part of an addition to Fort Long to stop people using nighttime as cover when they approached. Of course, that didn't stop the raid that was not recorded, where I built up top using the high ground to shoot Oscar from the watchtower while he could not respond. And then once Skunk came in through the main entrance and took Oscar by surprise, I would drop down into the lake and be there to back up. Now, you can see the light over there of Fort Onmi, which has a very different history to this part of the war. So, after Fort Long was destroyed, one more just left for no man's land before it was destroyed. Me and Skunk needed a new place to go. So we decided to go up to these mountains because it was harder to spot from the Fort Long. Now, as you can see here, this is not part of Fort Onmi. This was actually Skunk's original house, but was blown up by Oscar during the war. Now, if we go up this way, we can see that the walls are actually 3 blocks thick, so they're not easy to just break in and out with. And we've changed the design of the wall here, so you can hide behind here, because it's 2 blocks high. It takes up your whole hitbox, so then arrows can't hit you when you're here. And then you can peek out and shoot with these to stop arrows. Luckily, no one actually had to fight here, but hopefully it stays that way, but you never know. And this fort lasted about, for the war, it was there for like the last day of war, I'd say. But now we're going to get into the more interesting parts of the war that weren't here on the main battlefield. Starting off, we have a the area where I was, let's just say, cornered and killed unfairly by Oscar. So what happened was, I was walking along a road on my way back here, and I came into the forest. Well, actually, I was attacked on the road, but then I ran into the forest to try and escape, and go away. He chased me, and I got cornered into a certain tree, and by some miracle luck, he had like every single skeleton and zombie on his side. So I was stuck in the corner with like 7 zombies hitting me, and I couldn't escape. In a what the weird. As I tried to escape, I was killed because he came behind me, so I couldn't block his attacks. And that was the end of all my good gear. And now, if we head over this way to that giant tree, we'll be approaching the road where I was attacked in my last stand. Now, before we get there, I'm going to give you an interesting bit of history about Fort Long Long. The walls of Fort Long Long were originally made to be only facing the dirt hut, as that's where I was expecting Oscar to be hiding. Eventually we made the full ring, but then the area around it was like, what's the word? Just easy to get over the walls. So, in the end, I was coming along this road, and hold up. That goes to all of you guys. I'm just gonna deal with the zombie. I don't have any gear because I'm still waiting for Oscar to return it all, which we'll be doing later today. I'll just say okay. So yeah, I was walking along this road, and this is actually the exact spot where Oscar was hiding somewhere in these trees, like that skeleton, and he came out and sprinted towards me. At the time I had a crossbow, so I switched to that and got a shot off on him, but he still managed to close the distance and hit me quite a bit. Now, if we come along this path a bit, you'll see that up here, it's pretty much just a boring old road, but there's something secret on it. Anyways, there's something I want to show you. If we go this way, and we take a left turn here at the spiral tree, there's actually a secret stash that I used. It's going to be public now after this video, so it doesn't matter too much, but oh, I think he's bed trapped. No, but anyways, this is my stash. It was hidden, and it's where I did enchanting, and I kept lots of valuables here in case I ever needed it. And it definitely served its purpose well. Saved me from many a battle. This is where I got my multi-shot book, and yeah. It served. It was actually made before the war as a spot to. Hold on, I will do that later. But it was made as like a spot to keep valuables for trade. And now we're going to go to the next part, which was somewhat important in the war. And this does require me going through the nether, which will be a little scary and no armor. But after going along this road a bit longer, you'll see that we arrive here at Liam Ewan's base. Who, remember guys, 15 subs. And if we go down here, oh god, not a baby zombie. hold on. This area was never used in battle, but the crafting tables around here were used quite a bit, along with furnaces. And overall, food was also gathered from here, provided that you left some animals behind to rebreed. And then we're headed to the Nether now, which I'm going to show you the part where the actual more important things. Anyways, looks like we're not going to the Nether anymore. I was going to show you the end portal, which is where a very important thing happened. So anyways, now those are the main parts that were of the server that were affected by the war. I'm gonna tell you why did we have the war in the first place. Originally it was just gonna be like a I kill Osbrick and then that's over, but when we offered for peace, he turned it down, so it turned into quite literal mayhem. And it even ended up with the Minecraft server's Discord chat kicking us from the voice channel until we sorted it out. Of course, we managed to sort it out over a very timely Discord and very fast timing and well done, and definitely no disagreements. And that's basically the war's history. It went for like a week and a half or something, and the only real issue that's happened from the war is probably it's definitely changed the server. Like people aren't gonna steal from other people as much after a war was caused by one from stealing. So I feel like the server has learned a valuable lesson from this war, which is be careful who you mess with, especially on this server, because as we see with Fort Long Long, it can end quite badly. It's the beautiful lava cast. Oh, and this here is like these tree paths was used to travel quickly into Fort Long Long, but under the cover of the trees as well. So yeah, if you guys, actually, I'll tell you what. I'll also tell you the history of that bridge. So we were in Camp Bumblebee, which at the time Oscar did not know about, and we were planning an attack. So Skunk, my ally, decided to go from the mountains over there and then come in, while I took the forest. So until I was spotted, I didn't build that tower, but once I was spotted, I created that tower. And when you're up there, you pretty much can avoid all the arrows. So he would like sit down here going choo, choo, with his arrow, but he would keep missing. And I managed to get a few hits off of him before we dropped down into the water like this and came through the front gate. And now it's all ruins, but there used to be a courtyard here. And after a few fights, he was executed. And the execution was supposed to symbolize the end of a war, but it didn't really. Oh, of course, I'll talk about anyways, the execution was supposed to be a war over. No more war. It's all done. But by the looks of chat, I think a new war is starting up. So it looks like this server isn't safe from war, and you guys pretty much all know that now. So I'll definitely try to do more coverage if this next war does actually come along. Bows don't pick it. Alright. See. Yeah, I definitely think a war's happening. Another one. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the next war that comes very soon on this server by the looks of things. And I'll do a lot more coverage on that instead of just a simple talk about the events that happened. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there and have a good day. Bye.